Hey y'all, well I'm just leaving the building from the side and we are fixing to go out and face the storm. There is a ton of wind. Now I say that and it's just totally calmed down, but the water part hasn't hit yet. So this must just be the front, but a bunch of branches have been falling and the trees are just blowing like crazy. And here's the weird thing, they were. Now look, it's still. Completely still. Except way over there by the waterfall. I don't know. Here's the thing. Whenever you have a big storm coming in, you usually have front winds, and they are pushing the storm from behind or from within. And so that's the really strong wind a lot of the times. So anyway, Beth, your meteorologist, has us explain the life of storms to you. Oh, there's my car. I'm very up front today. I guess because someone was pulling out when I pulled in this morning. And look, I am right by the front of the building. But anyway, it's very, very humid here. I wonder, is it humid there? You know, the really odd thing is, it has just rained and rained and rained and rained here, flooding. And yet in California, it's so dry. It's the worst wildfires in California history, they said in the news today. And yet it's like somebody could be rich if they would learn how to water tanker that stuff up and go take it to take tankered trucks, all this floodwaters, like suck it all up into big tanks and then take it over to people who are having tough times with the dry heat, so much so that they're burning. And I would imagine that in California, just because my son's in all this now about land management as far as timber, that they would do more controlled burns so that nature doesn't take care of it. These horrible burns, because I'm sure they have high winds, and so any fire started, now sometimes it's arsonists. There's a special kind of human being that would do that to damage humans' property, all the animals that have nowhere to go. I don't get people like that. They don't have enough to do. Let's give them something to do. Why in the world would they want to cause that much destruction to the innocent, especially the animals that have nothing to do with any political statement this person might make or whatever? But sometimes the fires are not started by humans, they're started by nature, and a lot of times it's because there's so much underbrush and it's so hot that it just starts. And I don't know about global warming, because it's always been true, y'all. And the globe may be warming itself without our help, for all we know. Okay, it's really weird because when I first was leaving, the winds were very high. Like, it was kind of scary looking. It was so high. And now there's like nothing. So maybe the front's here. I don't see it. I think it's coming from that way. There's a lot of lightning strikes. But anyway. So, getting ready at the end of this week to announce the winner on the end of summer giveaway. This was going to be a very quick one, and that's because the other one I took way too long, and I apologize again for that contest and announcing the winner. And so this one will be done a little quicker, and it will be end of summer. And then the next time that I do a contest, it will be more of, I don't know what you would call it, like a fall. It's fall, y'all. Because, we are starting to end the summer, so fall is rapidly approaching, which I am so happy about because I hate the heat. And I think nature hates the heat. But I have friends that love it, though, because they either live up north or in Midwest, and they're like, no, we would love some 90-degree weather. It's like, you can come right down here in Atlanta, Georgia, anytime you want, and I'll take your 72 degrees any day. Oh, but they always say, yeah, but you don't know what it's like to deal with our winters. And I understand some of y'all live up north, and though you're dubbed Southern subbies, even if you're Northern, because you're subbing to a Southerner. I know my sister lived in Chicago, and she's living now in Maryland. And she said, you know, where you may hate dealing with the heat, try getting up in the mornings where you have to get up at 5 a.m. and you have to, like, get up and shovel off your roof from the snow because it's such heavy snows. And it's so cold that the snow freezes that it can literally cave your roof in. It caved her, like, barn roof in. It collapsed, and so they have to do that. They have to get out snow blowers and shovels, and she says it's just really hard work just to get to your car. And I'm like, get to your car? And she goes, well, I mean, half the year is spent like this, so people don't not work. I mean, they have to still work, but because they're used to it up there, they have different road services like snow blowing. And when I say snow blowing, I mean not snow blowing, shovels, like tractor that shovel snow away, salting, like salt places all up and down the highways to keep salting the roads, salt and sanding. I'm just watching these trees, and they are bending. They're blowing so hard, which isn't the norm for this area. It just makes me wonder. There's a couple of real funky looking clouds that are real frisky looking, but they're not, like, they don't look tornadic. They're not dropping down even a little bit. That it was just a message. So yeah, I don't know. You may go through a storm with me. We can go through storms together here. Anyway, so, and you will notice in my giveaways, even the ones in the future, I'm trying to make them smaller physically. So I may not always include a tote, y'all. I probably will. A tote or a purse or something. I believe I will always be including a Bible from now on. Probably a devotional. It's just the weight. It's very, very heavy and expensive to ship this stuff. So that's why I may change the content of the winnings a little. I don't know. Probably not much. I'll say this. Probably whatever the makeup piece of it will be smaller than these last two. Mainly because the way that they were packaged, the big packaging on the last two made a huge box necessary. And the fact that I filled the tote so completely full, the Bible wouldn't even fit. I had to put that separate in the box. For Iris, I hope you enjoy it. And always remember, if you win a prize, and maybe there's something in there that you think, I would never use this, well, then give it to someone. Be generous. Give it to someone else. You don't have to use everything in there, but don't waste it. Give it away to somebody. Give it away to somebody. Is that all I was going to tell y'all today? I didn't cut my hair yet, if you're wondering. I just put it up because it was so gross today. I put it up and I braided it in a little ponytail, but then didn't have a ponytail holder. A rubber band is what we typically call those. So I used one of my clips, and I'll probably, you know what, I'm probably going to just take this down now because these give me a headache. It's the only problem. It is beautiful, though. Look, beautiful sparkles blue. Isn't that a beautiful shade of blue? It was 25 cents in the Kroger 25-cent bin. But see, look, I still got my little braid. It's just coming apart now. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. I do have, and I'm at a stoplight, so I can do this really, really fast. Really, really fast because I'm hands-free anyway. And let's just hope that stoplight holds so I can get this ponytail holder on. Thus, I did it. There. Piggy tail. Oh my gosh. I must have pulled it weird because that's half up in the air. I don't know. Anyway, it's back. It's not cut yet. I did figure out who's going to be doing the work, though. I finally found the name of the operator at the salon and the person's name whose hair I saw to tell the operator at the salon I want my hair to look like her. It'll be short. I don't know. Hers is too short. I want a long version of hers, which is what I've been telling y'all. It will be like a long bob, like to my shoulders, with the front pieces long. The problem is, I think all my front pieces aren't long. You have to have longer hair in the front to do that style. So that may not work. It probably won't work. A significant weather advisory was just announced to where I just left. And I'm looking in my rearview mirror, and it is very dark, but it is also dark where I'm going. I'm between the darkness. Maybe it'll all calm down by the time I get there, but I need to get home for my babies because they, especially Velvet, does not deal well with the sound of thunder. It scares her. It scares her very much. So mommy needs to be there to hold her and tell her it's going to be all right. Or if there's an actual tornado watch or warning, I need to grab her and Bree. I always leash them very quickly in case the winds are so bad they would cause them to be jerked out of my hands if our house imploded or whatever, that I could try to hold on to them. And we get, I live on a slab, so we would have to get under the stairwell in the closet. That's all I've got. And pray. And I got a lot of that. And then we just have to accept whatever the Lord decides. I'm trying to see, again. Yeah, I can feel the wind blowing this car. They said it's only 40 mile an hour wind, so that's not that. I mean, it's nothing to sneeze at. I said it's nothing to sneeze at, so that was a fake sneeze. But when you talk about severe weather, it's usually more like 60 to 70 miles an hour. In some cases, 70 mile an hour winds and up is tornado. 70 to 100. I don't know. But some of the lower speeds of wind, 50 and 40 and 50 can do some damage. Just depends. Gusts that can't really be recorded always. I don't guess. I don't know how they always get every single gust and rate it. But anyway, it's that time of year where the weather just is unpredictable because of all the heat and the updraft. See Ari, A-R-I, on the Weather Channel. He'll explain to you what causes the weather, not me. But it was very windy where I was. I do worry about some old trees in my dad's yard and big pines in my yard that the wind will capture them and cause them to fall over. And I just pray in the name of Jesus that never, ever, ever happens. What about you? What about your yard? So I painted my nails. This is my favorite color, and I'm running out, and it was special edition, which makes me mad at Chanel again, called Tintination. It is the most perfect ever pink. It is truly, that's magenta, y'all. Magenta is a pink red. It's a red, but it's a pink red. And it's not a purple. It's not fuchsia. It's a pink red. And that is the most perfect ever. Look at my little short nails now, y'all. I just got a warning that lightning struck within 5 miles. Do you see the color? It's just beautiful. Absolutely. Look at my little arthritic knuckles. I can barely get these rings on. That's why they're over here, as y'all know. These are not real. Everybody's like, oh my gosh, that ring, though, is like, it's $100. It is sterling silver, and I think that's a white sapphire, and the rest of these, they're not diamonds, I don't think. Maybe they are diamonds. And then a white sapphire, the little chippy ones. Anyway. Beth, do you not even know what rings are made of that you bought? Who does that? Love you guys. Bye.